only just fit, that's lucky. In this case, lucky we didn't go too big. Alrighty guys, welcome to Gunbower National Park along the beautiful Murray River, and here I am preparing lunch, dinner, don't know what it's going to be, depends how long it takes, but I am cooking the all-time favourite when we go camping is lamb shanks in the camp oven over the fire. So I'm going to be going through the process, what we use, how we cook it, and eat it. So I am cheating. I use a packet of lamb shank stuff. Got some veggies, just some potatoes, sweet potatoes, some onion, carrots, obviously the lamb shanks, salt and pepper, olive oil. I'm just gonna pretty much chuck it all in. The potatoes I will just wrap in foil and have them separately just on the fire, but I'll have the carrots and the sweet potato in with the lamb shanks in that camp oven.
So the fire is started and going well, and we've got some nice coals building up. So, you know, it's normally a good idea to start your fire a couple hours at least before you go putting a camp oven on. So you've got a good coals base, but it's a nice warm day here on the Murray. It's going to be around 25, maybe could see 30 with the sun out. So we shouldn't need the fire roaring. We're just going to have it ticking along on some nice coals and just have it sitting on top of it.
So I prepared my carrots at home earlier just because it was easier to chuck them in a container. I don't know about you guys, but I leave the skin on everything because I'm a little bit lazy, but also the skin is very nutritious. So I leave the skin on everything. So I'm just going to douse the camp oven with some olive oil, just so it doesn't stick. I love me olive oil, so I do use a lot. Start by just chucking some sweet potatoes in there. And the onions. I usually use a lot of garlic. I love garlic, but I actually didn't bring any this trip. But there's obviously garlic in this, salt and pepper, onion. So flavour will still be amazing. I'm going to just pour half of this underneath the lamb shanks and just over these veggies. I have a fly stuck in there. Oh gee, they only just fit, that's lucky. Didn't think about the size. In this case, lucky we didn't go too big. Alright, bit of salt and pepper. Pop me carrots in. Rest of me secret sauce, and then I'll pop some water in there. There's about 600 ml of water, just so you know. That's all done. Might put a bit of extra olive oil on top, why not? And I'll chuck that on. Probably going to be cooking it for about 2 to 3.5 hours. I always do the wrong thing by cooking it way too quick. Like I've got a roaring fire and I'm just cooking it way too quick, stoking it with coals constantly. But this time I am going to definitely cook it a lot slower. So probably aiming more towards 3 to 4 hours just to really get that meat nice and tender. But I'll probably chuck it on, have it nice, cook it nice and slow, and check it probably in about 45 minutes to an hour. Just gonna dig a mini fire pit for the camp oven so we can keep stoking that fire, because I will be doing spuds as well. So we'll basically just have coal under it for most of the time, and I'll probably in the last hour put the coal on top. But chuck it on, check it every 45 to an hour and aim for about that 3 to 4 hour mark. Alrighty, so the camp oven is on. I'm going to prep my spuds, but they do only take generally about an hour and a half to 2 hours, depending on the size of the spuds, of course. So I'm going to prep those, wrap them in foil, and make sure they're all done. So in an hour or two, depending on how the camp oven is going, I'll chuck them in the fire so they can get cooking. So with this spud, you always just give them a few stabs. Now, I haven't never poked myself, touch wood, that was close. Again, leave your skin on. I don't know who would ever take the skin off for a baked spud, but if you do, please don't. Stop. Olive oil, my best friend. Give it a sprinkle.
Sprinkle? Bath?
Salt. Some pep. Some Italian herb mix. And butter, because butter tastes better. Two done, but two to go. So olive oil, salt, pepper, bit of Italian herb, whatever I have in the camp oven, whether it's like a lemon pepper, always butter. Sometimes, and I would like to try some with duck fat, I think that would taste amazing. But again, I'll wait maybe an hour or two, chuck those on, and then we'll enjoy them with our camp oven. All right, it is cooking a little quick, so we'll probably just take away a few coals, and it's been on for an hour and a half, and the look of it, probably gonna chuck the spuds on as well to get those cooking. So just spread the coals around the camp oven. I'll grab the spuds and we'll chuck those on. I'll just kick these back. And then we really probably won't have to do too much. I'll turn the spuds every 20 minutes, half an hour or so, just so they cook even, and I'd say another hour, hour and a half, it'll be ready to go. Shan's just going to check the yabby pots, and lunch is close to being ready. Just chucked a bit more coals on, and the potatoes probably just need a little bit longer, but whew, check that out. Yum. So in another 15, 20 minutes, take it all off and we'll enjoy an early dinner. I just remembered that before we left. Oh, you got a yabby? Oh, that's good. Before we left, I actually picked some bok choy out of my own garden. I have a bit of a veggie patch going at the moment, so I might just chuck that on top for the last 10 or so minutes. Alrighty, time has come to eat some food. We've checked it a couple of times. The meat is nice and soft, so I'll take the spuds off, unwrap them, get them ready. I'm actually gonna like kind of smash them, put a bit of extra butter, and then I'll grab the lamb shanks off and pour it all on top. Obviously these can be hot, so watch your fingers.
You're wondering what this plate is? It's guarding all the flies from our buttered bread.
Yeah, the flies are really bad.
The flies are eating us alive today.
Cooked to perfection. We put the spuds on. We put the lamb shanks on at 12. We put the spuds on at 1:30. So the spuds have been on for 2.5 hours. A little longer than I anticipated, but
Time is it now?
we have cooked it pretty slow. It's 4 o'clock.
Yeah.
All right, so spuds all unwrapped. I'll grab the lamb shanks off. So we put it on at 12. It's ready at 4. So that means it's been on for 4 hours. And the spuds were on for 2.5. This will be right on top of that thing.
Top of the cooker, not the table.
Oh, nice. Looks beautiful. I think they're pretty buttery, so I don't think any extra butter will be needed. Holy shit, I need bigger plates. It smells absolutely divine. I can smell the garlic, the onion. So I usually always cook way too much, but I do have containers, so I'm sure we'll have leftovers for tomorrow. All right, by the look of my plate, that was absolutely divine. So lamb shanks on for 4 hours in the camp oven, potatoes wrapped in foil over coals for 2.5 hours. It was absolutely divine. So if you love camp food and love keeping up with what we do, subscribe to the channel and we'll see you on the next one.